Hi Rosa and chat.
Hi, chat. I figured I'd play along with the intro music for a bit. Yeah. People don't make enough use of the I was here first redeem, dude. People need to make more use of that. I guess it's just not a lot of people watch on Twitch. Most people will be on YouTube. Anyway, we might have an influx of of new people today, cause I've pissed off Gacha Game Twitter again. Guys, I've done it again. I've pissed off Gacha Game Twitter. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll have some new people. Hate watchers get you money. I mean, this is true, but like, I don't like rage baiting. Like, the tweet wasn't even intended to rage bait. It's just that people are very easily rage baited. I just made an objective statement about. I said people comparing all these different gacha games is stupid. And I pointed out a specific comparison that I'd been seeing a lot between, like, one character from Genshin and one character from Wuwa. Quite literally could not care. But the thing that I pointed out was, hey, you do realize that the character from Genshin that you're cherry-picking is Unit ID 1, which For people who don't know what that means, thank you for the 5 membies, I appreciate it. For the people that don't know what Unit ID 1 means, Ayaka was literally the first character they ever developed for this game. Ayaka's development is traceable all the way back to, like, early 2018. So we're talking almost a decade ago. And the character that they were comparing it to had released, like, a couple of weeks ago. Both games are of similar genres, and that genre got massively popularized because of Genshin's existence. So I was like, you are comparing a character from, like, 2018 from a game that revolutionized the genre to a character released in 2026 in a game that only exists because of said revolution. Not picking either side here, not saying, like, this one's better, this one's worse. And even below it, I say, like, nothing to say about the quality of Wuwa. I don't play the game. So, like, why would I make any statement about it, right? If I don't play it, I feel like I don't have the right to make any claims about it. I'm just saying that there's no point in doing a comparison between both here because they were made in vastly different times with vastly different art directions. And, like, design philosophies and whatnot. So, like, the comparison is stupid, and you should just pick the cake that you wish to enjoy and go enjoy it, is basically what I said. And that really ground some people's gears. I think this is the fastest I've ever had a tweet blow up. Oh my god, I've almost ratioed the thing I'm quoting. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's sitting at like 3,500 likes in 2.5 hours, not even. Which is really funny. Hold on. You know what? I stopped doing go live announcement posts on Twitter, but maybe for this one I should do it. Forgive me, chat, if the chat today is a little more toxic than usual. We're just gonna roll with it. You gotta use the attention when you have it, okay? That's what I've learned. You gotta use the attention when you have it. And right now I have it. So I should be making use of it. Let me just get that posted and then we'll play some piano. Cool, there we go. Yeah, no, when I said it popped off, like, it really, really did. Apparently YouTube has a bug that makes tabs consume a shitload of RAM. Apparently it's already been fixed. I did see a post about that last night. But apparently it's already been fixed. If you're having issues with it now, obviously you can move over to Twitch. I'm also there. Or, like, whenever it happens, just refresh the tab. But yeah, like, I'm not sure about it either. I did see something about it. And it happened like 4 to 5 hours ago. Yeah, I saw a tweet about it last night. I think it just got fixed, but I'm not sure because I was watching YouTube earlier and I was having no issues. I was like watching for like 20 minutes prepping while prepping for stream and while eating. And I didn't see any issues. Is my mic slightly panned to the right or is my OBS audio meter fucking up? Hold on. Wait, why? Okay, no, we're fixed. We're back. Yeah, sorry. I just replugged it. No, I was looking at the meter in OBS and I saw it was like constantly right pan. I'm like, that shouldn't be possible. This mic is mono. This is not a stereo microphone. Is this better? Are we sounding good? Hold on, let me just like double check that. Yeah, we're sounding better. There we go. I don't know. I really don't know how the f that happened. You can pan a mono mic? Yeah, I mean, apparently. OBS fucking tried to, I guess. That's really funny. I just gaslit y'all for like a solid 5 minutes. I'm like, oh god, dude. I should do that at some point. Just like do a stream in which I make a whole bunch of changes to my settings so it's just slightly wrong. Like, not wrong enough to make you think that like I've actually made a mistake, but just wrong enough that like you subconsciously notice it and you don't quite know what it is. Gaslighting stream? I should do that. I should do that. That's fun. I'm writing that down. Rosa Nagashi. That's crazy. Thank you, Cloud, for the 27 months. Fuck me. That's not a request. Add the same mic input again and pan it to one side, put it slightly louder. No. What you do is you do 2 mic inputs. You pan one left, you pan one right, and you delay one of them by 3 milliseconds. That's what you do. People are gonna go nuts. Like that, if when I say like bad audio will kill your viewer experience, I mean it. Like that's what it'll do. Anyway, I have 5 more free memberships to gift because it's the start of the month. So let me quickly do that. Yippee! Speaking of, I should put the Yippee on screen. Oh, that is a big Yippee. Hold on, I had a smaller Yippee. Nope, that's cube. There we go. Put you right there. Incredible. Me when I experienced 2227 on Reaper. Oof. Oof. I mean, hold on. I can put the cube right next to it. Give me a moment. There we go. You have your arsenal of moving things to look at. I hope this massively improves the stream experience for you all. Anyway, I did not say hi to people yet. I should do that. Hello, Emma. Hello, Zafuro. Hello, Cloud. Hello, Slender. Hello, The Legend Times. Welcome in. Hello, you guy. Welcome. Appreciate you all for tuning in on this fine Monday. Hello, Nimiat. Welcome in. First time chatter. Always lovely to see those. Right. You know what? Enough of this. Let's go and play something, shall we? 500 euros worth of stuff on my wish list is something in an audio interface because you have a 16-bit mic, but your headset's 24-bit. Oof. Megalovania, what a great place to start. All right. Rosa creature dancing emote soon, maybe. I should commission one of those. You're so right. Oh shit, is that a Lesage lightstick emote? Oh my god, it is. I did not know Lesage had emotes. That's recent, right? I'm not crazy. Oh, Nalwyn, welcome in. Yeah, Lesage's emotes are recent, right? I did not dream about that. That is a new thing. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm glad I did not daydream that. I'm actually gonna put chat on a bit of a bigger window. There we go. Oh my god, that's many of them. Did somebody just make them, or did he commission them? Because that's a crazy amount of emotes to commission. Like I can maybe commission like 5 at a time at best. Ugh. God, I fucking love that melody so much. It's such an intoxicating melody. I don't know why. What I like about that melody is that the starting note on every measure that like indicates a new melody is never a note that is within the current chord of the song. Like the way it starts in B flat major, but the first note is the 6 in B flat. And then okay, this one is in there. But then we go to D minor, but it starts with that major second. And then again. And then it doesn't go to that D. It goes to the 7th. It goes to that C. Right? And then here we're in B flat again, but we don't start on B flat, we start on the 2nd. And that's the 6th. And then we're back on a chord note. And then where does it end? Ends on the 2nd. So it's just, it plays around with like going just slightly not where you're anticipating the melody to go, which makes it really interesting to like listen to. Also, Zafuro, quick thing, please do not point out viewer numbers to me. I have them hidden from everything. I can't see them because they will impact how I'm acting. And I don't like how they impact how I act. So I don't look at them. You're fine. You didn't know that. I'm just letting you know, like, I'm not someone who likes to see the viewer numbers until after the stream. I will look at them, just not while I'm live. Anyway. Why the fuck did it suddenly shift down an octave? I did not tell you to do that at all. What chord progression is this? To certain people in my community, that will be nonsense. To other people in my community, they will have heard that. Reminds you of Odyssey somewhat? That's because it is. Yeah, it is. It is Odyssey. Oh man, there was a track that someone asked me to play the other day while I was hanging out with a friend. I forgot what it was, but I really liked playing it, and I completely forgot it. God damn it. My mind will jump to so many different places when I'm playing piano. It's honestly really funny. Cuz like when I made an announcement in my Discord last night going like, "Hey, I want to stream tomorrow, but like I don't know what to do." I'm either doing like the Genshin album like analysis that we've been doing and just picking the next album on the list, or and I think I specifically said just do a general piano stream, I guess, and we'll see where that takes us. And when I said that, I did mean it. Like I do not have any plans. I do not have any plans for today. So we're just gonna vibe it out. All right. Oh. God, I love the Dawn Winery. Just... Hello, Deltarune. I don't know why my brain went there, but it did. That's crazy. Dude, I love my brain whenever I'm just playing piano and it goes like, no, you're playing this now. And I'm like, okay. Cuz that literally is how it goes. Like cuz I play everything by ear and off just pure memory. Which is cool. It's like a cool skill to have, but sometimes what'll happen is like my brain is trying to like remember the melody in real time as I'm playing it. And then it just kind of gets lost, and then suddenly I'm remembering a different melody that sounded kind of like it, and then because I'm remembering it and playing it in real time, I'm suddenly just playing that. And like it's literally like musical ADHD is what I call it. And like that's genuinely how that goes. Like it's such a crazy like thing to experience, but I've been doing that for like years now. God, can my Twitter please stop? Oh God, there's fucking Portuguese in my replies now. That okay. Oh, 4.2. Fuck me. Yeah, I'm muting this tweet. Mute this conversation. Goodbye. Please stop blowing up my phone now. You know what? That's like the amazing thing about the internet that so many people just don't take advantage of. You can just mute anything that you want to mute, and you don't have to see it. If you don't want to see something, like, you don't have to. No one is forcing you to engage with anything. And the moment I learned that, I swear to God, my time on the internet got 20 times better. Ooh. Was that fucking Pirates of the Caribbean that I was suddenly going into? Yeah, it was. There. Never actually seen Pirates of the Caribbean. I've never seen any of those movies. Never seen any of those. I hope I don't get fucking copyright claimed for just playing that, because that will happen. I already know. That this stream is gonna have a copyright claim on it because I played Megalovania. It's unironically how it goes. I have to dispute it every time. The disputes are usually successful, but like there isn't just a content ID on Megalovania itself. There's a content ID on whatchamacallit. There's a content ID on the arrangement of Megalovania. Which means that even if you adapt it for your own instrument, if content ID detects that you're still playing that song, it will content ID you, which sucks. But Toby doesn't really have control over it, and if you dispute it, like it always gets resolved. So I always just dispute it. It's not even that I only liked the music from it, it's just that I'm not a big movie watcher. Like, I've also never seen a Star Wars movie. Like, not a single one, not even an episode of any of the Star Wars shows. Like, I've not seen one. I've maybe occasionally caught like 5 minutes of one. Like, there's so many like massive movie franchises that I have just never seen, because I'm just not a big movie or show watcher. I don't know. It's not even that I like don't enjoy it when I do it. It's just that I don't really spend much time on it. Is there not a single movie you rewatch every so often? No, not really. Not particularly. Like, I will never watch a show or a movie on my own. Like, first of all, I'm not somebody who really consumes that type of media on my own. If I'm doing a movie, it's a movie night with friends, and then I'm okay with it. But otherwise, I just like, for me specifically, I find it such a waste of time. And that's not saying that it is, because obviously it isn't. It's entertainment. Entertainment is never a waste of time. But like, I don't know. I always just find myself consuming other kinds of media. Like, you know what a thing is that I watch every single day? P-Chal Daily. I watch his current attempt through Pokemon Platinum Kaizo. Like, you will catch me on weekdays waking up and have that be the first thing I do is watch today's P-Chal Daily episode. I like literally, like clockwork, the past couple of weeks, that's what I have been doing. Pokemon Challenges, or P-Chal now, is a creator who I really, really enjoy. Dude, I completely missed that they were doing that, because I'm a YouTube watcher. I don't really watch streamers myself, especially if they're on Twitch. I just really don't like watching on the Twitch platform, I guess. It's weird. I'll watch my friends, and that's kind of it. Like I'll tune into like Lesage's chat every once in a while and hang around for a bit, but 9 times out of 10, the reason I'm in Lesage's chat is to help him solve a problem, or to ask him if, like, I can hop on a stream for a moment. And then that moment turns into 2 hours, right? So, like, I don't really watch streams that often, so I'm on, like, the YouTube side of P-Chal's community. So I completely missed that this was happening. But he did a fucking song contest where he asked his community to just write songs based on the Nuzlockes that he'd done, and then he'd like rate them together with chat. And he thought that like the majority of the posts were gonna be like absolute shit posts, and like he specifically started off the stream with like, hey, our goal here today is not to make fun of bad art. Our goal is to celebrate those who have chosen to put something out there when the alternative would have been that they didn't put anything out, right? And then like a couple of songs in, there are some genuine fucking bangers in there. And I was shocked too. Like if I'd known about it, I might have cooked something up. With what time? I wouldn't have had the fucking time. Who am I kidding? But I was watching that, and I was like, God damn, okay. He immediately said like, fuck, we got to do this again like next year. So I guess I got to keep an eye out on that next year. And maybe see if I can throw my hat in the ring. Because it was really, really fun to watch. As someone who's been like in the Nuzlocking community for, God, I want to say like the past 8 years. Before Nuzlocke got like massively popularized by people like, you know, Jaden Animations and whatnot. When Jaden did her like animated Nuzlocke, that really blew the fuck up, and that like put so many eyes on the Nuzlocking community. Like I've been a part of it since way before then. I guess I've always been a part of that a little bit on my own. Like I've never really had too many people around me who are like just as invested in that space as I am. But like to me, Peachal's Run and Bun video, like the 4-hour long, like highly scripted, highly edited video that compiles his like winning run, or I guess his furthest run, is like that to this day is probably my favorite video on YouTube, because it is the culmination of like years and years and years of Nuzlocking history, and I think it's so cool. That remains like probably my favorite video on YouTube. That is something I rewatch every once in a while. Not every month. I don't think I do it every month, but like you'll find me having that open on my second monitor when I'm doing something like probably 2 or 3 times a year. So yeah, no, I'm not a movie rewatcher. I guess I'm a YouTube video rewatcher. You'll find me doing that. I really should, whenever I go on these like rambling sprees, I really should be like just bumping the music back up. I need to get better at that, because a criticism that I have of other streamers when I do watch them, is like dead silence. It kills. People don't realize how much dead silence kills like streaming watchability. Because in videos you can edit all that out, you can put background music under it, and it's a non-issue. But you don't realize like how much people's attention span drift when that like background noise is gone until it's gone, right? And I find that really interesting. So I need to get better at like bumping the music back up whenever I'm not talking, or whenever I'm like not playing piano. Never used to watch anything on Twitch, only on YouTube. Got sucked in just over a month ago after discovering Music Box of Fate, falling down the rabbit hole. Yup. I find it fascinating how many people came into like the VTuber rabbit hole through Music Box of Fate. And I know a couple of people who are responsible for that. It's not just Riku, Daryl, and Iron Mouse, obviously. I mean, they're definitely like some of the most important people, because they wrote, composed, and sung the song. But like there have been some people pushing this song to like other non-VTuber creators and musicians and going like, you should have a listen to this. I feel like Music Box of Fate was a big contributor in the VTubing sphere getting taken more seriously by people from outside of it. Because it seemed like I will fully agree with every person who has ever said this. This space seems fucking weird, right? From the outside looking in, right? It's a bunch of people hiding behind, like, 2D puppeted anime creatures. They're all, like, super into method acting. So everybody like puts on a voice and puts on a character to like really go deep into it. It's basically the way I've liked to describe VTubing from the outside looking in, it's like very similar to if you're in high school and you're not a theater kid looking at the group of theater kids, right? And you're like, what in the fuck are they doing? And obviously, when you mature, you realize that it's a really cool art form. Not everybody does, but some people do. And like you start to get it. But like from the outside looking in, back then, like I can understand how it's like similar, right? I think that's it. People within the community pushing Music Box of Fate out to other non-VTuber creators has been so interesting. The bafflement, trepidation, and the what the fuck moment when they start to get it. Yep. Like, VTubing ultimately, just like any other self-expression on the internet, is an art form. Right? So, art forms will always have... They'll always have difficulties with getting other people to adopt it and get it. Every single art form struggles with that. Like, to the wider world who is not so engrossed into this, like, YouTube influencer personality sphere, they might think it's weird that there's people who are just talking to their cameras playing video games. Like, they're still there, right? From the outside looking in, they don't understand that art form. And it's little bits and pieces that occasionally break out of the sphere that actually give those people a chance to see it and appreciate it, right? And that happens every now and then. And Music Box of Fate is one of those things that's really like breached beyond VTubing, because it is, at the end of the day, Music Box of Fate isn't about fucking VTubing anymore. It's an opera, right? You got your 54-year-old sister semi-interested in VTubing today. That's crazy. That's wild. That is wild. But what I think, a lot of people weren't really taking this space super seriously because they didn't really understand it. And now, thanks in part to that, I feel like a lot more people have started looking at this community as a community that is very artistic. Both artistic and autistic. Both. I have a severe case of artism. If you know what I mean. Everybody on the spectrum, raise your hand. Smile. I mean, that's just the content creation sphere in general. Like, who am I kidding, right? We're all hyperfixated on a thing, and we want to tell other people about it. That's why we get into content creation. But, like, so, a thing like that is just so inherently artistic, making its way to somebody who doesn't, like, understand the people where it came from, is a chance for them to actually see, like, how creative this community really is. I mean, when you really think about it as well, like, it's so obvious that this community is creative, because you can't just turn a camera on. Like, there has to be somebody, like, making a character concept. Then there has to be someone who, like, makes that character concept into, like, a full art piece that is, like, cut up into a shit ton of small pieces. Then that has to be given to somebody who can squash and stretch and warp and animate these pieces into a character that's puppetable with a camera tracking your body movements. Like, so much creativity has to go into even just making yourself exist in this space, right? In the regular, like, content creation sphere, like, building a brand is obviously always important. And building a brand is inherently a creative exercise, but, like, it's so much, it takes so much more effort and so many more creative disciplines to make a VTubing brand versus to just make a creator brand. Like, as a VTuber, you have to make a creator brand, and then you also have to make, like, the actual VTubing part of the brand, right? You have to make the actual character. You have to decide how are you going to portray that character. Are you just going to be yourself? Are you going to put on, like, a voice or a personality? Like, a couple of my friends are completely different off-stream to how they are on-stream. When they are streaming, they are playing a character. Like, their VTuber is not them. It is a character that they slip into. For me, it's like this is... It's me through a lens. I wouldn't quite say that it's me, like, authentically, but, like, it's close. If you ask my friends, am I the same on-stream as I am off-stream, they will probably say yes. Well, actually, no. If you ask my friends, am I the same on-stream as off-stream, they'll probably tell you, I don't fucking know, I don't watch Rosa streams, I only hang out with her in VCs, and that's plenty enough. Which is very fair. I'm not shit-talking any of my friends. That is what they would say, and they're right to. They're damn fucking right to. They already get more than enough of me. Oh shit, follower goal apparently 900. Oh shit, we're 19 followers away from 1,000 on Twitch. That's huge. Love to see that. But yeah, like that shit's so funny. Like, they hang out with me in VC, and like I'm an overwhelming person. I know that. I can get very calm. Like when I'm in like the piano playing mood, like I will just shut up and I will just play shit, right? And that's when like my verbal energy completely dips, and like you could either tune into my screen share to listen to my piano, or you can fucking ignore me, right? Yo, Sydney, what's up? Actually, speaking of friends who do watch the stream, I guess hi, Sydney. No, Sydney's someone I only met recently. They don't hate me enough to never tune into my streams yet. I say that jokingly. None of my friends hate me, I think. Maybe. It's funny to arrive to that. Yeah. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, like, I can be, like, very calm and chill, especially when I'm just playing piano or working on music, but, like, when I'm hanging out with people for the purpose of hanging out, like, I'm an overwhelming person, and I know that I am. And that's a part of me that I like, that's a part of me I'm very aware of, and I've kind of just embraced it about myself as a, like, not everybody will vibe with it, and that's okay. Like, I've had some friends in the past who just kind of really didn't vibe with it, and we drifted apart, and that's okay. And I've kind of just accepted that. There are parts about myself that I'm willing to change or compromise on, and that honestly probably isn't one of them, because I like how energetic I am in those scenarios, and I don't really want to change that. But going back to the whole Music Box of Fate thing, like it's so, you have to be inherently so creative to even start a VTubing brand that, like, obviously in hindsight, to a lot of people discovering that song and then discovering the VTubing sphere, it makes a lot more sense why they suddenly appreciate it. Like, I'll take Lesage as a recent example, because I was one of the catalysts in converting him. He talks about it to me quite regularly, how he's like Music Box of Fate was the thing that, like, pulled me into the space as a viewer. You pulled me into the space as a creator, right? Because when Lesage did that, I was the first person to, like, leave a comment going like, hey, I was one of the people who worked on this, actually, on, like, the community charity cover that he watched. I was like, hey, I was one of the people who, like, led this project. I'd love to chat. And then he reached out, and he joined my Discord. I directed him to Riku's Discord. Directed him to Daryl and Riku. And from there, he kind of just, like, he kind of just, like, went off on a fucking spree, and I've lost him. He's well past me at this point. Harvey, what's up? I've lost that fucking guy at this point. He's off doing shit with, like, Yusan and Michi. I keep saying this to him because I just think it's so fucking funny. And I need to preface this by saying, like, I'm so fucking happy for him and I'm so proud of him. and like he's done a lot for me as well over the past couple of weeks, so like literally all the fucking love to him. But I have been trying to get connected in this space for the past 3 years. White boy does it in 1 week, like it's so fucking funny. Chalklad, thank you for the gift sub, I appreciate it. Also, hello, Chishire.
One sub to that _FKN_
That fucking guy, dude.
They have given 9 gift subs in the channel.
Quirked up white boy with a little bit of swag. Okay, but he is though. He is. But I'm genuinely so happy for him. Like he gets to fucking perform at ArtsVenos now. He's been in this space for 2 months and he's got a fucking spot booked at ArtsVenos. Like how crazy is that? I've been trying to get a panel spot at ArtsVenos for the past 3 years and I've not gotten it. Though I probably will be going to ArtsVenos this year. Partially with Lesage's help. That I'm able to do it. And Lesage's community. Because I've been helping Lesage out a lot. Like he wanted to pay me for my time. And because a lot of that time has been like on stream together with his community, he basically just fucking raised money to like pay me for my time. And partially because of that is why I'll be able to afford the trip to ArtsVenos. It's honestly, it's incredible. I love that guy. Also, Harvey, you've been busy prepping to move, so you've been psyched up all week and resting today. Hell yeah. I hope the move goes well. I hope that you get to a place that you like, and that is good for you and your health. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go to ArtsVenos. I haven't booked my stuff yet. I probably will in the next couple of days. Because, you know, I want to have it booked on time. The longer I wait, the more expensive those fucking hotels or Airbnbs are going to be. I love this little quarter of Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, me too. I mean, that's why I've been a part of it for so long, right? I started as an observer for sure. Like, I was a content creator, and then I discovered VTubing. And I was always from the outside looking in, but I really enjoyed the people in the space. I really enjoyed the creativity of it, the artistry of it, right? And you know, then I getting HRT frame 1, definitely prepping for a lot of changes and excitement. Yeah, girl. I wish I had air horns on my soundboard, but you get a yippee instead, and then you get a shit yourself. There we go. But, like, then when I used to be, like, a face cam streamer because I'm very expressive with my face, right? And, I lost that when I came out as trans because I didn't want to show my face anymore. So I was a faceless streamer for like a good couple of years, and then at one point I was just like, fuck it, why not give that VTubing thing a shot, right? And so then I did, and like it was definitely the right choice for me personally. I don't think that I would go back to doing face cam anything ever, even if I'd be more comfortable with like what I look like. And it's not even that I'm not, honestly. Like, my appearance is out there, even like quite recently. Thank you, Hoyoverse. That's not me like taking a dig at Hoyoverse. I gave them full permission. But like but like it's out there, and I'm not uncomfortable with it at all. It's just I don't think I could go back to it because I just like expressing myself like this so much more, because you can just do so many more cool and wacky things with it. Also, I love how I said this is a piano stream, and I've played piano for like all of 3 minutes. Mostly because I don't know, it's just become a yapping stream. I don't know what to play. VTubing's life-changing for a lot of people. I can't overstate how meaningful it is to an insane number of creators. Yeah, no, it is. It really is. I mean, look at Princess VTubing, right? Fucking Iron Mouse, right? Like, leader of the space at this point, I would say. Like, girls hella immunocompromised, primary immunodeficiency. I know her health has been, like, massively on the up recently, but obviously when she started, like, couldn't leave her house, could barely walk, couldn't really do, like, fuck all. So this just became an outlet, and, like, that's such, like, an admirable thing, right? And the fact that she's still going, and the fact that, like, it's helped her improve her life, right? Is crazy. You got your first VGen commission? Yeah. You get a yippee as well. Yippee! 30 minutes on the treadmill. Yeah. No, I saw. She said she walked 30 minutes on the treadmill recently, which is, like, for someone with, like, a primary immunodeficiency, who has been, like, unable to walk for years, is, like, I can't overstate how much of a health improvement that is. Like, it is a miracle. It is genuinely a miracle. I will forever root for Iron Mouse, like, genuinely. She deserves every single good thing that happens to her. She genuinely does. And I mean, being such a big part in the Music Box of Fate charity cover is genuinely one of the highlights of my entire career as well. Like, being able to be one of the people who brought that to her and made that possible. Shout out Riku and Daryl as well for, like, trusting me and Saber and Lightshard with, like, the... basically just putting us at the wheel for that project and just letting us handle it. Like, that's such an amazing experience, genuinely. It was... her watching it for the first time and, like, expressing her thanks, and then even afterwards, like, expressing her thanks to me directly, like, by name, is, like, one of the best days I've ever had in this space. It was sort of weird entry path into the VTubing space. I had a brief stint as a food and drink streamer back in 2017, 2019. Internet friend of mine contacted me and asked me to mod for her VTubing stream and help her with the basics. Then I met VTubers and associated artists through that, and now it's like 2/3 of my internet's friends are VTubers. Yep. I mean, fuck, I work in the space in, like, 3 different places now. I work in the space as an assistant talent manager. Like, I help manage a bunch of VTubers, both, like, big and small. Like, we have a couple of creators that are, like, in the few thousand followers, and then we have creators that are, like, in the hundreds of thousands. And, like, that's really, really cool, because I get to see a whole bunch of different people approach their own content creation very differently, and that's, like, really... It's a lot. You get to learn so much from that, because there are definitely right and wrong ways to do things, but there's also, like, so many things that is just entirely open to interpretation, and it's so cool to see, like, different people approach it differently. Like, I will outright say that, like, some of the creators that I help manage over the course of helping manage them, like, I've become fans of them. Like, I root for them just as hard as any of the people in their community would. I just do it from, you know, behind the curtains. There's one creator I help manage. I won't name them. But their, like, YouTube shorts are genuinely some of the, like, funny... I'm not really a big, like, shorts or, like, TikTok video format watcher, but whenever they send me another batch of shorts that, like, I'll have to, like, schedule for them and, like, get ready for posting and whatnot, and, like, we do the titles and everything for it, like, we try to give it a title that'll work most effectively for it and all that sort of stuff. And whenever they send me a new batch, the first thing I do is just, like, watch all of them and just laugh my fucking ass off, dude. It's so good. And I love that work so much. Or, like, doing meetings with these talents and hearing their plans and, like, hearing them excited for what they want to do. Like, it's so fun. It's so fun to do. So, like, that's one of the ways I work in the space, but, like, I also work as an audio engineer in, like, multiple different ways. I both like do like professional vocal mixing and like audio mixing. So people will send me their singing and like an instrumental, and I'll make it sound good. I'll do all that stuff on it. But like I also do audio consultations for creators and streamers to make sure that they're recorded and their stream audio sounds good. That's another thing I do. So like I work in this space in so many different ways, and then obviously I'm a creator myself. Like at this point, I would say that me being a creator myself is definitely like, I guess, the lowest on the priority list. Maybe that's gonna change over the next couple of months. I'm kind of thinking about like taking this side of it a lot more seriously as well. It's just, you know, we all got the same 24 in a day, you know, like. And unfortunately, the human body cannot consistently stay awake for all 24 of those and be working. I would love to. If I could, legitimately, if there was something that I could do that would mean that I didn't need to sleep anymore, and I could just, like, be up all day and either be working or, like, spending some time with friends, I would do that in a heartbeat. Like, I wouldn't even think about it. Because there's just... I'm at this point in my life where there are so many things that I want to do, and I know that I have a limited time to do them. Not just because, you know, life is limited, but because even, like, different stages in your life are limited. You know, I'll only be in my mid-20s for so many years, right? I'm not gonna be in my mid-20s forever. And there are just some things that, like, now is the best time to do them. And later on I might not be able to do them anymore. So, like, I would do that in a heartbeat. If I could, like, make the most of my time. I'm constantly trying to make the most of my time. Just making things. And I'm constantly trying to, like, be a hand in other people's making of things as well. It's why, like, you don't really see me upload that many videos to this channel. Cause, like, it's not that I'm not making music. I'm constantly working on music. It's just that it doesn't go here because I'm always working with others, and it always goes on other people's channels, and I'm, like, a person more in the background of those places. Like, the Music Box of Fake community cover obviously went up on Riku's. But, like, I put a shit ton of hours into that, right? And like that didn't go up on my channel, and that's fine. Though the community project that's currently happening, Odyssey, that is gonna go up on my channel because I'm the one who organized that. So later in September, I guess, look forward to a really, really big video hitting this channel. My goal is for that video to be the most popular video on this channel. It's gonna be tough, but like that's what I want it to be. I want that to be the most popular video on this channel. With the amount of, like, hours that are going into that. Let me actually check. I haven't checked in a couple of hours. I haven't checked since last night. What are submissions looking like for that? Y'all are about to hear a crazy number. So, just to put it in context for the people that have no idea what I'm talking about, the Music Box of Fake community cover was a community project. What that meant is that we effectively took vocal submissions from anyone who wanted to submit them. Anyone who wanted to sing the final chorus of the song could submit it, and that was that, right? For that song, we had, I believe it was 86 submissions from Mousy's community. Which is a lot. 86 people, that's a lot of fucking voices, right? And then we had, like, 20-something people, or, like, 15-something people from the VTuber Symphony Orchestra who were, like, in the background choir. And then we had, I want to say, like, 10 to 15 of Mousy's friends that were on it. So in total, like, 120 to 130 different people were on that. And then if you add, you know, the video team and if you add all of the orchestra members... and you add, like, all the people who assisted with the audio engineering of it. Like, you're probably talking a crew of about 150 to 160 people. And that happened in about 2 to 3 months. Odyssey is currently less than a month into production. And currently, we have 337 unique vocal submissions. Almasaji said 126. That's probably right. 126 sounds right. But yeah, like if you add like all the orchestra members and stuff, it's probably like 160. Yeah, we have 337 vocal submissions. We are over 200 unique contributors on this already, and we haven't even started on the music video. We haven't even started on the instrumental. Like there are still so many places that that we are going to get people from. This project is probably going to end with close to 300 unique contributors, which is wild. It's even more wild that I'm the one who started it and is leading it. I finally stepped up. I stepped up to do it myself. Riku's been doing them for the past year, and it's been amazing to see how he did it. And thanks to him showing us that these projects are possible, I actually got the confidence to do it myself, and it's been going really, really well. Honestly, better than any of us could have expected. An older bot who has let many years fly past for reasons. Yeah, I wish I'd done otherwise. Yep. And like that's what I want to avoid. That's what I want to avoid so fucking badly, right? I don't want to reach my early to mid 30s and have regrets of how I spent the majority of my 20s, right? I have regrets about some of the things that I've done over the past like couple of years. I've made some life decisions that were definitely not smart, and that like I'm still dealing with the consequences of. But ultimately, like I think I've done pretty well. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. And especially, you know, for somebody my age, right? Like I'm early mid 20s. I got so much fucking time, dude. Like at the same time, I don't want to waste my time, but when you really think about it, I got so much of it. Like there really isn't a rush either. Like I'm not trying to rush myself. I'm not trying to burn myself out. When I say like I wish I didn't need to sleep so that I could just like work more and feel like I actually did something worthwhile with my time. I'm not saying that because I think that like I need to work harder and that I'm not doing enough, right? I'm definitely not. I'm doing more than enough, and I'm not trying to burn myself out. Fuck, I don't want to burn myself out. I did that already. I've experienced burnout already. I don't need to do that again. We can cross that off the list, you know? Early to mid-30s, made a deal with myself that when I committed to studying space engineering and software engineering, nice, used my free time and funds, the funds made available from work to be creative. I'm in the growing pains of fulfilling that promise. Hey, it takes a minute. Take your time with it. Take your time with it. I didn't find my footing in the creative industry for, God, I want to say 8 years. I mean, I started streaming when I was like 15. I started streaming at an age where realistically you should not start streaming. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. When we talk about bad life decisions, that sure is one of them. Now, I'm lucky enough that I didn't fuck anything up during that time, right? I'm lucky enough that I didn't, like, make stupid mistakes while I was still growing up. But I very much could have, right? So I'm glad that I didn't. I'm very, very glad that I did not do that. But my fucking God, right? It's not time to put in, really. It's quality of time put in and consistency coming from someone who definitely didn't do that in their 20s so long ago. Yep. It's caused me a sense of creative identity somewhat. The good part is I get to rebuild intentionality. Or intentionally. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, here's the thing. I'm still I say, like, I didn't figure out where I like where I belong in this industry until recently. No, I'm still figuring that out. Like, I'm definitely, I feel like I've earned my place at this point. I feel like I've contributed enough. I've contributed enough things to be able to say that I deserve to be where I am currently. That doesn't say I don't have imposter syndrome, because I do, even with some of my friends. Like, I look at the shit that some of my friends be doing, and I'm like, holy fuck, you know? Not saying I don't have that, I do, but, uni ruined me creatively. I'm still not recovered from burnout. Yep, that's what happened to me, and that's why I dropped out. Guess who's restarting uni this year? Good luck. Hey, it'll be different this time, I promise. No, I very much get that. But yeah, I'm still figuring out where I'm at. I'm still figuring out where I belong in this space. But what I do know is that I do belong here. I'm just trying to, you know, figure out my specific places and trying to make it all work out, right? Early to mid-20s was messed up for me due to health issues. Got through that eventually and into the 30s. Then come mid-30s, your life fell apart even more. Got through that, but I've really just floated through life since. I've definitely had a lot of stuff happen. Longtime viewers of the channel, I don't get super, like, personal life on here very often. Like, I keep a lot of that stuff private. But longtime viewers of the channel will have seen the few times that I have been public. With like where I'm at, and like they'll know that I've been through some shit, right? Like they'll have seen it. Even as recently as like November of last year, right? Which is like half a year ago. Not even. Because it was like late November. Like, my life fucking fell apart for a little bit, and I had to pick it back up, but the thing that I guess saved me was, for a long time I was considering giving up on this hobby, and on creativity in general, because I just really didn't see it working out. Like, I was trying so many different things, I was planting so many different seeds, and it just wasn't working. And what I found, and this might just apply to me, but I've talked to some other people and they've actually said that they experienced similar. Those creative seeds that you've planted over like years and years of work, they don't sprout until the exact moment where you actually need them to. And you might be saying like, oh, but I've planted so many over the past years and like I need them now, and they're not sprouting now, but like I need them, and I'm like, no, you don't yet. You don't need them yet. And there will come a time in which something that you've done over the past couple of years will come back to you. And you'll get somewhere. Maybe not the place that you intended, maybe not the place that you envisioned, but you'll get somewhere, right? And that's what's happened to me, like, a couple of times now. So, and that's what happened to me last November. Like, everything fell apart. I legitimately thought, like, nah, I don't got much left in me, man. Like, I'm just gonna give up on this. And then right at that exact point, where at the point that I'd basically already thrown in the towel, or at least, like, at the point that I'd made up my mind that I was going to throw in the towel, that's when one of those seeds sprouted. And that was the Genshin Impact creator seed that I had been planting for, like, well, I want to say months, but realistically it's years, right? And the thing is, like, musically I wasn't even screwed. Another seed that sprouted at that same time was talent management. You know, I've been friends with a very close friend of mine, Typho, one of my best friends, love them to absolute bits. They run a VTubing talent management service, and they used to be my manager. Then like I kind of got exhausted creatively for a little bit, so I paused that, but I always stayed close to them. And then right at the point where everything fell apart, Typho was like, hey, we actually really could use some help right now. And like, I trust you, you know, you've done so much work for me and for my talents, and like you've gained my trust over the past couple of years. If you want to come and work for me, like, we could actually really use your help right now. And boom, income. And same thing, Genshin, suddenly, boom, income. Invite to go and fly to the other side of the world to attend one of their events. The ability to actually save money every month instead of having to spend all of it on living expenses. Like, and all of that didn't just happen overnight. It happened over the course of, well, years. Well, it genuinely took like half a decade for all of those seeds to sprout. And that's what I mean. Like, you're not going to see immediate return on that investment. And the vast majority of the things that you invest in, you're probably not going to see return on. And that's something you do also have to realize. Like, what I'm preaching right now is, like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, you know, that one thing that you did 3 years ago, like, it's gonna work out for you next year all of a sudden. Like, that's not a guarantee. But what I'm saying is that, like, keep trying to do different things. And eventually, maybe one of those will come back to you and work out. And like, when I say that stuff has worked out for me, I'm very much not like stable yet. All of these things that I'm doing are unstable. I'm trying to make them stable. I'm trying to make this viable full-time long-term, because right now it's viable full-time short-term. Long-term, I don't know. And if it doesn't, then, you know, I've been planting my seeds elsewhere. Do I need to do that massive fucking community project that I'm currently doing? No, absolutely not. That is, like, that's my free time right now, right? That's how I'm spending my free time. I'm not getting paid for that. In fact, it's losing me money. I made a joke about this in the server where it's being hosted. We've had so many submissions, I have started to need to pay for Google Drive storage. That's how bad we're at. I need to pay for Google Drive storage now, because we're in so much shit. We've gotten so many submissions that the 15 gigabytes that we get for free is not enough anymore. I had to upgrade a couple of pieces of software. So like, I'm in the negative on that project, right? But the reason I'm doing it is it's another seed that I'm planting that might get me some connections. It might get me some opportunities in the future. And if it sprouts, then it sprouts. And if it doesn't, well, at least I'll have put something cool on the internet, right? I'm working with a friend of mine that I made quite recently, and I absolutely adore them. Leah, Windflower Leah. Working with them and with another friend of mine on a song for Multiverse Vistas this year. I guess that's the first time I'm saying that. Leah mentioned it on stream last night, so I guess it's fine for me to do so as well. Yeah, we're working on a song for Multiverse Vistas, the Honkai Star Rail creator competition. Now, Leah, very experienced in making stuff for this. I mean, Leah has not only gotten second place in that contest before, but Leah has also done official songwriting or official like lyric writing work for Hoyoverse. For those who don't know, if you're a Honkai Star Rail player at all, Leah is the person who wrote the English lyrics to Ripples of Past Reverie, the final song of Amphorius. Leah is the person who wrote the lyrics of that, the English ones. So like they know their shit. And you know how I met them? I met them by randomly replying to a tweet. Because they were doing something that I was quite interested in, and I replied to it, and then they reached out, and then we got to talking. I actually met up with them while I was in the US. It was really funny. At one point during my trip, I was like, oh, I'm here. I was chatting with them, and I'm like, oh, I'm here right now. And Leah was like, no way, I can drive there in like 2 hours. And jokingly, I just said, okay, do it. And jokingly, they said, okay. And then jokingly, they hopped in the car, and then jokingly, we actually met up, had dinner, and watched a movie. For the bit, you know? But they're really fucking cool. And I met them purely by chance, because I just replied to a tweet. Did you watch the movie jokingly as well? Oh god, no. I watched that movie very seriously. We had very serious talks about it after. It was the Mario Galaxy movie. Both of us, like, for both of us, the Mario Galaxy games are, like, our fucking childhood, right? So, like, we had, like, extensive discussions about it afterwards. It was honestly quite fun. True scholarly experience. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah, and like, me meeting Riku is very similar. Like, how did I meet Riku? I had a slight portfolio, and I replied to one of his tweets when he said he needed people to make the world outside happen. And I was like, well, count me in. I'm there. Do it. So, like, it's... What I mean by, like, planting seeds, not every single seed has to be a like, multi-week or month-long thing that you, like, slave away at. It can be as simple as just, like, reaching out to somebody. I mean, fucking, look at Lesage. That dude is fucking reaping right now. Because he's just reaching out to everybody. And maybe only, like, 5% of the people he reaches out to get back to him. But those 5% of people include fucking Yusan and Michi. So, like, who gives a shit, right? It's so funny. Like, he is the definition of just, like, quite literally throwing shit at the wall until something sticks. But, like, he does it with a smile on his face constantly. And he does it with, like, so much, like, motivation and love every time. He isn't doing it for the sake of doing it in the hopes that something will work out. He's doing it for the love of the game, right? Bro is made of pure energy. Yeah, exactly. And you know, I with that. Oh man, I've been talking too long. Let's. I've been talking too much. Yeah, that's it. Oh, does that play that in fifths? Or is it in fourths? I think it's that. Yeah, I think it's... Ooh, dude, I fucking love that like piano opening so much. Because it's I don't know, it's just. And then, yeah, it hits that B flat down there then. I don't know. It just hits. Maybe that's just because that song means so much to me that like it hits as hard as it does, but like it just does. It just fucking does. Can't spell yapping without several letters from piano. Okay, that's a fucking stretch. Rosa, one of these days I have to get a project going that's solid enough to get you in on it. I honestly, Harvey, my problem isn't even that your stuff isn't solid enough to get me in on it. Your stuff is really fucking good. Like, genuinely. I genuinely really enjoy the that you make. The problem isn't that. The problem is my time. And it's not even like my lack of desire to do something. Like, I want to. It's just that when I'm doing so many things and I'm constantly like weighing all these options. Call an ambulance, I stretch too hard. Right, anyway, y'all, I'm gonna quickly go to the pisser. I will be right back. Please do not go anywhere. I would miss you if you did. Bye. Wow. I return. Whew. Oh hey, I was respectful during the 2 minutes of silence. My stream was muted. No, I know what I'm saying is like getting to a point where I can compensate you enough to sell you on the time spent. That is fair. That is fair. That honestly, that probably would do it. Coincidence or not, but it was nice. Yeah, I guess you didn't have to miss anything, right? Right. Right. Turn that fucking music off. Fucking. Get the fuck out of here. Hello, Dottore. God, what do I even play, man? Y'all honestly, when I said in the stream announcements chat, should I do a like Genshin OST analysis or just a normal piano stream without a real plan, and we'll see where that takes us? I really meant I had no plan. I really did mean that. I have no fucking clue what we're doing today. I don't know what the other promise is, Emma. Hello, Toby Fox. Occasionally, when I'm behind the piano, I get possessed by a little fucker named Tobias Fox. Hello, Striker. Oh, dude. It's such a good chord progression, man. It's so fucking beautiful. That's the wrong key. I don't know. I love that track so much. And I like to play the whole thing in thirds. Like, I don't just play... I like to play the whole thing in thirds. I don't know why. It just makes it sound better. I like thirds. They're not always the best way to do harmonies, but they sound really nice. Like fourths in that one I don't think would work. No, it wouldn't. Sad for the new Deltarune chapter because, oh man, more amazing music to listen to. Oh, I will be playing that shit day one. We're doing the same as what we did last year. Like, the moment that shit comes out, I will be live. I mean, hey, this year, right? Like, we are playing through that whole thing on stream. And we are playing along to as much music as we can. When we do it. My favorite memory of Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 last year was hearing It's Raining Somewhere Else again. Or well, I guess the place where it rained. And like just immediately playing along to that as soon as I heard it. That shit made me cry, man. I loved chapter 3 and 4 like a lot. It was really, really nice. Lived up to it, honestly. Lived up to the expectations in my eyes, at least. Like it definitely lived up to my expectations. So, I mean, it's a hard fucking check to clear. I've talked about this with some other people, like, Deltarune is such a difficult game to write, because, like, by nature of Toby wanting to keep the team relatively small and wanting to, like, keep his creative vision, like, it takes a while for that shit to make it to playable, right? And finished. Which means that we effectively have to stay interested in the few mysteries that the game has posed for us for a decade. And by the end of it, like, that the payoff of those mysteries has to be worth it. And that is a really fucking hard writing check to clear. So many games, like, and like movies don't do that well, because it's difficult, right? Especially like if you have to do it without rewriting anything, which I don't know if Toby has rewritten parts of Deltarune. I'm sure that he has, because that's what happens, right? Like, not everything will realize itself in your original vision, but like, man. To think of an entire story like that. I mean, we're experiencing it now in Genshin as well, right? There's this whole mystery about the Traveler and the Heavenly Principles and the Tsaritsa, and like all of that is now getting to a point where we're actually starting to get answers, and I'm sure that most of those answers were written 6 to 8 years ago, right? In like 2018, 2019 when the game was in development. You're selling the promise of satisfaction under the contractual obligation on the player's end of patience. Yep. Yeah. No, literally. You're selling the promise that, like, this will be a satisfying story once it's done. And that's tough. That's really tough. So far he's doing it. I will say Toby's doing it so far. Genshin's doing it too. Genshin's getting there. I have not heard many players who have been lore-focused in Genshin for the past couple of years upset with the directions that the game has been taking. Now, obviously, that can change. The way that they end the Teyvat saga is obviously gonna, you know, that's gonna decide a lot. But they're doing it pretty well. To make that kind of sell, you have to make not only a compelling story, but satisfying moment-to-moment gameplay. Yeah, and moment-to-moment storytelling, too. Like, if you have a really, really interesting mystery at the beginning, but the journey to unraveling that mystery is boring as fuck, ain't nobody gonna want to watch that. Ain't nobody gonna want to play that. Like, you can have bad gameplay even if the story is really good. Honkai Impact 3rd. Sorry, what? I coughed. No, I'm serious. Honkai Impact 3rd early game is fucking dog shit, bro. It's so bad. It's such a slog to get through, but the story is so fucking good. Like it's if you're a Hoyoverse storytelling enjoyer, like it's worth playing through. But holy fuck, you're gonna want to shoot yourself in the foot at like multiple points throughout it, because it is unbearable at times to play through. Especially like the earlier on in the game you are, the worse it is to play through. For serious, for real. It is so fucking bad. They definitely figured it out a little bit more later down the line, but like early game when you're constantly forced into these fucking B-rank Bronya battle suits, like, oh my god, just kill me. Please end me. Please fucking end me. I made it through. I made it through the entirety of part 1, eventually, and it was really, really good, and I'm really happy that I did. Got me fucking crying, like, multiple times over. But holy shit, dude. Stories are satisfying because you know they end. I've seen some games just drag on and on, be afraid to end. It only hurts the experience. Yep. Actually, I was tweeting about this earlier today. When it comes to Honkai Star Rail, I saw some people talking about Amphorius and Amphorius's rebirth, which obviously is gonna happen, right? Like, if you look currently in the like game's quest history, it'll show like, you know, Herta Space Station is complete, Jarilo 6 is complete, Penacony is complete, Shenzhou is complete, but Amphorius, it specifically says that, like, 8 chapters out of question mark completed. So there's definitely, like, there's more, and, like, we know there's more. Amphorius has at least one more chapter, and that is its rebirth into the grander universe, right? Because right now it only exists as a story, as opposed to actually existing in the physical world, and that's still something that is gonna need to happen, right? But I saw a lot of people talking about that, and a lot of people were like, oh, I hope they do that soon. And I'm on the complete opposite end of that spectrum. I look at Amphorius and I'm like, that was a beautiful story because it ended. I personally, if they really have balls, and I don't think this is gonna happen. If they really have balls, they're gonna leave that story where it is forever, and they're not gonna touch it again. And they're gonna leave all those characters there, and they're not touching them again. And you're gonna have to sit in that melancholy of, I probably won't see this civilization and this story make it into the physical world in my lifetime. Because that's a fucking story. That's a way to end a fucking story, in my opinion. But realistically, that's not what they're doing. Realistically, they are gonna do that within the next year. And what I said is, personally, I hope they give it one quest. I hope they do it in about a year and a half from now. I hope they don't do it this year. I hope they do it about a year and a half from now. Talking about HSR, yes. I hope they do it about a year and a half from now, and I hope they do one quest. And I hope that after that quest, You might occasionally see these characters make cameos in events or small main story bits, and you can kind of see them integrating into the real world. But other than that, I hope they don't give any of these characters new entire character arcs again, because they've had theirs. They don't need another one. They're like, those characters can rest. That's like the one like difficult thing about writing a live service game that you're constantly introducing new characters to, is that at some point a character story has to end to be satisfying. But if you're making a live service game that constantly has to keep moving and constantly has to tell new stories, when is the best time to end a story? Right? Not just like to end the like overarching story, but end individual smaller stories. When is the best time to do that? I don't think there's a right answer to that question, and that's why I think it's so difficult. Like Genshin does things quite differently to Star Rail, because in Genshin, when you're done with a nation, every single character in that nation has gone through their character arc, and their story is basically done. Like, you'll see them again. You'll see them pop up as, like side characters in events, and occasionally, like, one will make an appearance in the main story somewhere. But when old characters make reappearances in the main story, it's usually not to go through character development. Most of the time it's not. Sometimes it is. When they're like, when their story is related to the story of another new character, then yeah, sometimes it is. Like, Nodcry had, like, Albedo go through some character development because of Durin. And it had Wanderer go through some character development because of Dottore, right? So there's definitely some of that. Some of that is there. But, like, Dory was also there. I don't think Dory really went through that much character development. She's still kind of a goofy side character. So, like, that's the interesting thing here, is that they handle... Genshin handles characters very differently from Star Rail. Genshin tells a story with a character within its confined space, and then once that story is done, then so is the character. And personally, that is the approach that I prefer. I prefer having a character whose story ends, and then as much as I love them, we probably won't see them again very much. Star Rail does basically the polar opposite. They will tell a story involving a bunch of characters, and they'll pick out a few of those characters that were, like, really popular, or that they put a lot of time and effort into, and they'll try and extend their stories into the future. And for some characters, that's fine. For the main for the entire main cast, for example, for you know, Trailblazer, March, Danheng, Welt, Himiko, and I guess now also Sunday, like, that makes sense that they extend those stories out, because they're the main cast. They have their character development happens a lot more slowly. But then there's other characters who had a lot of their character development already during the era that they were introduced, and they're now being given new stories, so that there's more of them to experience. Like, Blade is somebody who, like, I struggle with how relevant Blade is likely going to be in the upcoming patch, because Blade did have a full character arc. Now, I don't think his arc was entirely finished. His arc was purposefully left unfinished, very much by design, but I didn't like that either. And I guess the Stellaron Hunters are kind of a part of the main cast, so I guess for them it's excusable. But, you know, there are talks of, like, Aventurine coming back into the story and having, like, a whole new arc as well. And I'm like, Aventurine? He really doesn't fucking need it. Like, his story very much wrapped up, in my opinion. Like, they told it really, really well, and I really, really liked it. But man, I don't know. I don't think he needs it. I would rather they focus that time on a new character and a new story. And that's just personal preference. I know a lot of people do like Star Rail, like clinging to their characters a little bit more. I mean, if you look at Honkai Impact, that's basically like all they did, right? Honkai Impact doesn't actually have that many characters. It's just that every character has like 20,000 different battle suits. And every single one of those is a moment in their character arc. And that's a way to tell a story too, but I feel like Star Rail is kind of trying to eat out of both cakes. And there are parts where it works and parts where it doesn't. Now that's just my cup of tea. That's just how I'm feeling about it. But ultimately, I don't think there's a good or bad way to do it, because a lot of people are enjoying how Star Rail is doing it, and that's fine. I just hope that Amphorius, they don't... realistically, I hope they don't touch it. Or at the very least, I hope they touch it as little as possible. If they want to give people their reunion, and they want to give us their, like, you know, the efforts of us spreading the story all throughout the cosmos is paid off. If they want to give us that, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to experience that. But I really hope that that's where it stays. I really hope that that's where they leave it. And realistically, not gonna happen. Realistically, this is, yeah. Realistically, this is they're gonna use these characters as much as they want, because a lot of people are in love with these characters. A lot of people really like them, and I agree. I love them too, but I love that their stories ended. That's what I appreciate. Anyway, let's play some. God, I love rambling. It's all I'm fucking able to do. God, why does my brain always go here? Fuck. There it is. Oh god, what is that run? Is it that? I think it is that. God damn it. Yeah, I think that is the run. Yeah, it is something like that. God, I thought I fucking muted this tweet, dude. Why is it still giving me notification? Dude, I hate getting hit tweets. I fucking hate getting hit tweets. Why? Oh god, wait, there. Oh no, that's because there's another hit tweet now. Shit. Oh god damn it. Being popular sucks, doesn't it? It fucking does, though. How much does it have now? 7K! What happened? It was like 3K 5 minutes ago, bro. Someone is asking me if I am putting my phone in my asshole and waiting for it to vibrate. Honestly? I muted the tweet, but like... it would fucking work with how this is popping off. That's impractical, yeah, right? There's better ways to do that. Yeah, the most of the recent most of the recent replies are from people who are mad. You can use Bluetooth, hook it up to your 11's tools via open source software. Harvey, you're on thick fucking ice. But anyway, moving on. Harvey, we should hang out again at some point. I miss you. I know, like, you've been hanging out in places that I have been able to join, so it's entirely on me that we haven't. But, like, we should. I'm making a mental note to myself that we should. Let me know when I can hang out with you in the future, too. Fucking, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm gonna be back in the Netherlands for a weekend, but not in the place where I will have time. I'm gonna be doing a fucking Pokemon tournament. Time is on my side. I have infinite free time. I have negative free time. Yeah, like I'll be in the Netherlands for 2 days, but it'll be for a Pokemon tournament, so I won't actually have the time because I'm literally just gonna be there for like 10 hours a day, and then I'm gonna pass out in my hotel and do it again the next day. Because that's how those tournaments work, dude. They're rough. They're really rough. Like, having done one, it's... The one in Utrecht? Yes. Yes, that one. I understand it's been a weird position for me where I've been, like, too busy for my laid-back friends, don't have enough prospects currently for all my busy friends, hoping something shifts, ideally towards the latter. I can be stable while doing it. Yeah. No, that's me too, man. Like, most of the people I'm hanging out with, like, currently, are people I'm working with. Like, that really is the vibe right now. Like, literally everybody I hang out with right now are people that I'm working with at the same time. Like, I am spending time with them not working, but, like, it's so busy. And we all just, like, keep each other company while we keep each other busy, right? I mean, fuck, Harvey, I don't know if you're, I don't think you were here while I was talking about it, but do you remember that, like, Music Box of Fate community project that we did last year that had, like, 100-something vocalists on it? So I started another one of those. I'm leading it this time. Fully, like, I'm the person at the top making sure that this project is happening, and then I've roped in a bunch of people close to me who are helping with it. Yeah, we have 337 vocal submissions right now, and we're a little over 3 weeks in. So, like, we're getting over 100 submissions a week currently. It's died down now a little bit, but yeah, we have over 200 unique voices on the song already. And we haven't even opened submissions for harmonies and anything yet. We're gonna have like 500-something vocal layers on the song by the end of it. And that is nuts to think about. That is really nuts to think about. Luckily, it's not gonna be out until September, so we have so much time. No, a friend had attended there and he was drained after. Yeah, so the reason that those tournaments are fucked up is... So there's 3 age divisions, right? There's juniors, seniors, and masters. Juniors and seniors are like underage, basically. Masters is adults. And juniors and seniors get lunch. They get like in between like round 4 and 5, I believe. They get like mandated 30-minute break. Masters don't. Masters just keep playing. So if you do not have a round that ends early, if you do not play against somebody and you can finish your game quickly, you just don't have time to eat. And it's fucked up, honestly. Like, a lot of people have been clamoring to change that, and I fully agree. I would rather the entire event ends 30 minutes later than not getting a lunch break. Like, genuinely. I've been lucky enough that in the tournaments I've played in, that I've always had a round end a little early, 20, 30 minutes before the next one starts, so I have some time to actually grab a bite. And like, it's oof. If you don't get that, if you're playing a deck that has a lot more slow play, and you're if you're playing a deck that doesn't really finish its games quickly, I hope you brought some food with you so that you can quickly snack in between walking from one table to the next one. And like it's not fun. It's not fun. I really hope they change it, but I do get to spend time with my friends at those tournaments, and it's gonna be really, really cool. So yeah, we're chilling. We are very much chilling. Oh man. How long has it been? Only 2 hours 20 minutes. Okay. We can go for a while longer. Just to check, are any of my friends currently live? I know Lesage won't be. At least Lesage shouldn't be. He said he was taking a break. I hope he is. Just so that like I can set some sights on who to send people to. No. Yeah, Lesage is taking a break today and tomorrow. He should be. He fucking should be. Be really funny if he just, like, hops in right now. He said he would. Yeah, but he says a lot of things. Bro yaps. Bro yaps a lot. That's what he does. He yaps a whole lot. Oh, hello, Fontaine main melody. Nope, that's not. Fucking key change. Definitely not gonna start playing in the wrong key. Dude, that was tough because I have never played Fontaine and never played Fontaine in that key before, in the fucking key of A minor. Let's not do that. I'll get copy struck immediately. Stop it! Stop it! Guess who's back? Still doing that shit off for show. Hey, I mean, at least I started playing that and not fucking... Must have done a beat, ho. Fuck. I feel like I'm appropriating culture. I'm too white for this shit. K dot. No idea what that last one was. It's not like us. A fucking banger of a song, if I may say so myself. But like, holy shit, banger of a beat. And it's so simple too. Like, it's a beat that you can literally make in like 20 minutes. But holy shit, it's generational. Yeah. No, it really is. Like I saw somebody make like a breakdown of how to recreate it. And it's so good. It's so good, but it's so simple because it's just sampling an old song, speeding it up slightly, and then just taking which that's like the original tempo that's in. The original is just speed that up a shit ton, add like a banger fucking percussion loop to it and a banger bass line. Doesn't really work on piano because vibrations of that don't really come through nicely, but yeah, it's good. It's really fucking good. Actual masterclass in making something that is just like worth dancing to. That's the vocals seal the spotlight while having a full and powerful backing. I mean, that's the point of a diss track, right? You don't want the backing to be too distracting, but you want it. Diss tracks, you want to be able to like bang your head to with a stanky face the whole fucking time, right? Just going like, ooh, like, oh, that's fucking nasty, and like you want to be able to keep like bopping to it, but like pull a stanky face so that like the people around you know that you don't approve of the foul language being used. The filth, yeah, exactly. Like you need to be able to put on the same kind of face that you would put on when somebody pulls off like a mean jazz lick on a saxophone. Like somebody pulls off the fucking... Someone pulls off that on a saxophone and like in the middle of a solo, like you're supposed to go like, ooh, hoo, hoo, you know? Yeah. I need to get that rhythm back in there. It's like, that's one-handed. That's not two-handed. That part is so hard to... Ooh! Semi-related, the difference between a good black metal and a bad black metal band is so clear. A bad black metal is just noise. Good black metal is a roller coaster. Yeah, no, 100%. Absolutely. Though there is music that, like... I don't know. Sometimes even noise is just fucking cool. No. Nope. Nope. No, yeah. Did I seriously just try to throw a fucking Guardian in there? I fucking did, dude. God damn it. Still not free of that damn game. that's how that fucking song ends. God damn it. Such a good way to end that. Like the whole song plays in that like minor key, and then at the end you just get the ambiguous. And that flat 6 is in there, so that you basically have the that minor 4 effect, right? Which is so good. Like it doesn't explicitly play that B flat bass. It doesn't. But like you can feel it, right? Because the whole song has been in the minor, like it plays around just the minor mode, and then at the very end you get an ambiguous bass note without declaring mode. And then it only declares it at the very end. Right after that flat 6. And then it declares it. So it feels like a minor 4th even though it isn't. And I think that's really cool. Sorry, I have missed chat messages while I was doing that. And see Era later this year? Fuck yeah. She just got into Era because of a certain science fantasy space ninja game. Would that be Warframe, perhaps? That sounds like Warframe. Perhapsington. That's crazy. It is, yeah, the newest expansion had Era make the trailer music. Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense. I love when games spotlight different artists. I'm glad that I also love when artists spotlight different games. Like, I'm glad that Hatsune Miku has graced Honkai Star Rail recently. Unfortunately for people who have to socialize with me, it's in the best space it's ever been, so I've been very annoying about it. So that's why I've been avoiding it. I'm kidding. I could not care for Warframe, and I have tried. I don't have what? No, it's not even I could not care for Warframe. I don't have the fucking time to care for Warframe. That shit takes time, dude. Holy shit. Wait. Sorry. I just saw a fucking photo of Porter Robinson holding up a plushie of Gigi Murrin on stage. Wait, that goes hard as fuck. What? Thank you, Porter Robinson. That's really funny. That's extremely funny. Thank you, Porter Robinson. We love you. Please release new music. I know you've been doing collabs with other artists, but please release, like, please actually release them. Oh man, I'm running out of things to yap. This is a crisis. Chat, I'm running out of things to yap. Help me. I need help. How about other games you play? I don't. I play Genshin and Star Rail currently, and that's it. I don't have time to play other games. I barely have time to play those two. And I'm super serious about that. I don't... The reason that I'm able to keep up with those games is because it's a very low investment on a daily basis. And then occasionally, like every month and a half or so, there's an update, and you can get through most of it in like a day or two. Anime you watch? I do not watch anime. I don't. I don't watch movies. I don't watch shows. I spend the majority of my time that I'm not doing anything, and the majority of my media consumption on just watching YouTube. Not streamers either, just videos. If I'm watching anime or if I'm watching movies, it's with friends. I would never watch something like that on my own. I don't know. I just don't do it. Not even that I don't like it. I just don't do it. Because there's other pieces of media that I guess I would rather consume at those points in time. Which, I don't know, makes sense, right? Everybody's got their preferences. Yeah, about what you dislike about Warframe. I don't like how fast it is. Like, I know its movement is one of the most like glowingly reviewed things about it. Not for me. It's too fast. I don't like it. I'm not a big movement shooter kind of person. It's super movement oriented, and that's never really been my thing. I guess. So that's the reason I've never been able to get into it, is just because one of the primary gameplay focuses that the community of the game really loves about it. I don't. And obviously they're not going to change it for the people that don't like it, because there's so many people out there that do. So I just don't even... Yeah. Speed is very hard to get accustomed to, but there are frames that circumvent that whole deal, problem being you have to get there. Yup. I mean, that's the second thing, right? Like, the first thing is, yeah, I don't like the movement, but, you know, I'm sure that I could get used to it. But ultimately, it's a game that has a massive potential time sink. Time which I do not have. I don't spend much time playing games anymore. I've been playing Pokopia recently in my own time. That's been really fun. I thought about streaming it at first when I got it, but I literally got Pokopia like a couple days before I flew to the US, so I just spent time playing it like while I was there. And I don't know, I've not really... Yeah, like, I didn't really have the desire to stream it, I guess. That's been a cozy game for me. And I've been really enjoying it. I've really been enjoying Pokopia, the little I've played of it. Yeah, some things you should keep for yourself. Yeah, exactly. Pokopia is a cozy game. That I play that when I want to be cozy. I usually only play it for like 30 minutes before bed. And like that's it. Not even daily. Just whenever I feel like it. There are quite a few games of late that I've wanted to just experience on my own. Honestly, I think for the time being, apart from Genshin and Star Rail, that's what I will be doing when I do have time for games. Also, like, the other stuff that I've been playing is, like, just with friends. Like, a couple of days ago, we were playing Secret Hitler on Tabletop Simulator. I'd never played it before. A friend of mine introduced me to it, introduced me to a friend group to play it with. Really been having fun hanging out with those folks. And it's just stuff like that I keep to myself. Like, I don't know. That's me time, you know? I was talking about playing Arcadia, the new Star Rail region, with a friend, and I was like, if I wasn't streaming Star Rail, and if people weren't invested in like my reactions to like the Genshin and Star Rail story, I probably wouldn't be playing Arcadia. I've had fun. I've had fun playing it. Like, do not get me wrong. I have had a good time playing it. But if it wasn't for the fact that those streams do really well for me, and that a lot of people specifically want to see my reactions to those quests, I don't think I would be playing them currently. I think I would wait until, like, the entire Plain Arcadia story is out, and then I would just go through it in one go. Or, like, in a couple of days, because, like, ain't no way I'm doing that in one go. Like, it would be a couple of days. But yeah, like that's one of those right now where that's for stream. That is 100% for stream. That is work. That is me playing something for the sake of providing entertainment value to others. Pokopia is not that. I don't need that shit to be entertaining, because a lot of it is actually very mundane by design, and that's okay. But that means that it's not for me. But there aren't really many other things like it. Like I guess what I will say is, like, do I play friend slop games with friends? Yeah, occasionally I do, but I don't know. A lot of people stream that stuff because a lot of the people that I've played it with are other creators. It's just that I've never really been a fan of streaming those things. I find collab streams difficult to begin with, because I'm somebody who likes to be very interactive with my chat, and I'm someone who likes to be very interactive with the person that I'm hanging out with. So there are, at that point in time, two equal presences demanding my full attention. Or at least not demanding. There are two equal presences that I both want to give equal attention to. The problem is that the amount of attention I want to give them is more than 50% of my attention. Which is mathematically not possible. So it's why you see me do collab streams so little, not because I don't want to, or because I don't have the people to do them with. I just, like, I struggle with them, because collab streams, I effectively, if I want the content to be entertaining, I have to ignore chat and focus on my collab partners. If I want the content to be engaging, I have to ignore partially my collab partners so I can talk to chat. And I just never really figured out the etiquette of how to balance that, I guess. Because there is an etiquette when it comes to collabs, of, like, spending some time reading your own chat messages, when to mute up, when to not mute up when you're doing it. Like, there is an etiquette to it, but it's not one I've mastered yet. And, you know, being the on the spectrum person that I am, I don't learn that shit overnight, you know? So that's, I guess, why I don't do collab streams very often. Lunchtime, oh god, I mean, it's past dinner time here now. It's fucking 8 p.m., but I ate before stream. I ate something before stream, so I wanted to eat something for a hot minute. Though, later tonight, it is gonna be big work time for me again. God, there's so much I need to do. Fuck me, dude. Any other things you might be excited for? Oh, God. Okay, so, well, I'm very excited for the Pokemon tournament I'm heading to in 2 weeks. Ordered a bunch of cards to bling out the deck that I'm taking, because I've decided on what I'm bringing. I'm confident in what I'm bringing at this point. Should probably have dinner, get distracted way too easily. Hell yeah, thank you for sticking around, Newt. I appreciate it. I hope you have good food. But basically, since I've decided what deck I'm bringing, I've bought a bunch of cards to bling out that deck, to make it look pretty. So, I'm very excited for that. Very excited for Multiverse Vistas. You know, don't tell them this. I hope are they here? Hold on, let me check Twitch, like viewer. Okay, they're not here. Cool. So I can fangirl. I've been a fan of Leah's work for quite a hot minute. Like, before they even did like the official work with Hoyo, I've been a fan of their work for quite a while. So being able to actually be friends with them now and like working with them together on Multiverse Vistas, I'm so fucking excited. Like, they're so cool. I will not hide my fangirling of my friends. Quick, clip this and send it. You're more than welcome to. To be fair, I don't even hide it when I talk to them either. Like, here's the fucking thing. I am so shameless when it comes to me telling my friends how cool they are. I'm so shameless in that. Like, very occasionally to any one of my music friends, I will just go like, you know, you're really fucking cool, right? And then they'll just go, They never know how to respond. It's really funny. It's like a quick time event, for them. Like, I do that a lot, because I like doing it. Because here's the thing. When you're in the creator space, and this is something I've noticed being here for the last couple of years, when you're in the creator space and you're talking to a bunch of other creators, like, everyone wants to make sure that they look good to all the other creators that are in the space, not just to their viewers, but to like the other creators. And so everyone's very nervous, everyone's laid back, everyone is observant, and less talkative, right? Because nobody wants to make the first move. At least not a lot of people want to make the first move, because they're worried about perception, right? Hey, Rosa, you know you're really fucking cool, right? Input sequence left, right, left, left, up, pause, triangle, square, triangle, left, left, XX. Sorry, cross, cross. If there's a square and a triangle in there, then X would be cross. F you, Sony. The cross button. Okay, realistic, who the fuck calls it the cross button? Like, actually. Sorry, side tangent. Who the fuck calls it the cross button? Go fuck yourself. Anyway. But like, what I've noticed is because a lot of people tend to be more laid back, the only time that a creator will get compliments is from viewers. And the thing about getting compliments from viewers is they do hit. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't say nice things to your favorite creators, because like they do hit, but they hit differently, right? There's a difference between trying to gain respect from your audience and trying to gain respect from somebody who you respect as a creator, right? Because there's different levels to it, I guess. I'm not saying that like the audience isn't equal, that they're not an equal to the creator, but like validation from people who do the same thing that you do matters a lot more to a lot of people internally. Yeah, there's greater depth to the recognition of someone who's familiar with the details and difficulties of the work. Proactivity is rare because it's such an image-based space that oftentimes a lot of people are perceived as less accessible or warm to newer people than they are, but we're also very oriented towards the freedom of creation and the joy of a community, both in hosting and participating. Yup. And so what I noticed is, like, because a lot of people seek that validation from their peers, they're also less likely to give it out. Because there's the fear of, oh, if I give out too much validation to these other people, they might think that, like, or it might not, or they might think that I'm fishing for compliments myself, or that, like, it doesn't really mean as much because, like, you only just met me, so, like, you don't know, like, how experienced I am in the space, so, like, there's so many worries that people will have, and I've kind of just said, fuck that, and I will consistently be hyping up my peers at any chance that I get. I mean, if you were watching Riku's stream from last week when we were celebrating the 1-year anniversary of The World Outside, like when Riku was trying to wrap it up and was trying to get us out of there so he can move on to other people right after like thanking all of us for our work, I was like, sit yo down, little white British boy. I'm gonna get you lectured on how much we appreciate you. Now, obviously, there is a limit to how much you should do it. Like, I think at the point that you can say that you're showering people in compliments, tone it down maybe a little bit. But dropping the occasional, like, hey, what you're doing is really cool. Or like, hey, I'm really proud of you for making that thing. Or like, I love the recent thing that you made. It's so interesting. Or just like asking somebody about something that they made, right? You don't even have to compliment them necessarily, just showing interest in what someone else is making and showing a positive interest. Like you are very much like enjoying hearing them talk about it. Like that is sometimes almost more validation than a compliment. Does that also apply to asking guidance from someone you look up to? That in and of itself is to me a form of complimenting. Yeah, no, but it's a similar thing. It's showing interest, right? It's showing interest in what someone is doing, and because you value their expertise or you value their ability or skill or experience, right? Showering is the wrong term I do it in. It's more like if I sense self-doubt or see something cool, I want to validate them, which is a good thing to do, but that's also something you have to be careful with. What I've noticed is sometimes when someone is in a really big self-doubt mood, you can give them a little bit of encouragement, but if they are rejecting that encouragement, don't push. Because in that point in time, even if you're speaking rationally, you're going to be seen as annoying because they're like, well, but, you know, they're going to think what you're saying is bullshit because they're in self-doubt mode. And if they do not want to hear what you have to say, you're going to be perceived as annoying, even when in reality, you are probably speaking a decent form of truth. That is something that I've had to learn the hard way for sure. There is a right and wrong time. Professor Oak's words echoed, youngster, there is a time and place for everything, but not now. You know? And that's difficult. That's a really difficult one to get used to. I'm still not quite there yet. Look, man, us humans, we're such fucking complicated and annoying creatures. Like, why are we so fucking complex, dude? It's so hard to understand. This post was made by the Autism Gang. Just be easier to understand, damn it. I guess that's one of the things that I feel like I've gotten better at, and that is, it's wearing my heart on my sleeve in a way that hopefully makes me easy to read. Hopefully. It's very hard to internalize the positive when the negative is internalized first. Yeah, exactly. So, like, that's why I'm saying, like, if you see someone doubting themselves as a creative, like, definitely give them a bit of encouragement, and then pull back. Because the more that you keep doing that, the more that you keep, like, showing that there are at least some people who are interested in what they're doing, that negative internal feeling is slowly going to fade. It's gonna take a minute, but it can fade, and that's what's most important here. So yeah, like that's the thing that you have to be wary of, is that you don't overdo it, but you give them enough of a push that they can come to the realization themselves, because ultimately, internalizing your own positivity, it's in the sentence, it needs to be done internally. No one else can do that for you. You can't help someone. You can't do that for somebody else. You can help them get there, but you can't do it for someone else, right? And it's difficult to figure out. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Sorry. Feel the rain on your skin. Same brain cell. Yeah, unfortunately. Look, my brain is rotten to the core, man. Man, I love women. Anyway, what the f was I saying? The thing with praise is to me that it can feel disingenuous. I would rather you be harsh. Oh, okay. Welcome back, Cloud. Fucking silent for multiple minutes. The moment I mention women, oh, there she fucking is. I'm always here, always watching, just waiting for the right moment. Just wait for the right women. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. What the fuck was I saying? Dude, I love my censor button too much. I'm so glad that I, like, made a makeshift censor button on my Stream Deck as, like, the first thing I did when I got it. I think my issue I'm trying to get over mentally for throwing myself out there is when people have criticisms and nothing to offer for what I'm doing right. It gives me minefield anxiety. Yeah. No, Dude, people gotta get better at the compliment sandwich. You gotta sandwich your criticisms. Like, point out something that you think is really, really cool. Point out something that could be better after. And then say, like, either give an input on, like, oh, maybe you could try this to make it a bit better. Because this is already really good. Like, that's package your criticisms in between compliments. Because people are so much more receptive to somebody who seems open to actually accept like changes that you make as positive. That's like it's such a good strategy to learn. Like, whenever I'm shown a piece of music by somebody, the first thing I'll usually say is, "You're so fucking cool." Or like while I'm listening, I'll go like, "Ooh, I really like that." And then, like, so long as during me listening to it, I'm like really, really into it. What I say afterwards is like, "Oh, this thing, like that was a bit interesting. Could you like tell me your thought process on that?" And then like hear them out on like why they did it the way that they did. If, like, let's say I don't like it, I don't even say that I don't like it yet. I ask about somebody's thought process first. Like, I'm just like, oh, like, what you did here is interesting. Why did you do that? See their thought process and see if the thought process changes your mind. Like, because it's done that for me sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. And then I ask what the intent with it was or what the thought process with it was. And suddenly they're like, or suddenly I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's good. Like, that happens. That happens to me sometimes. it's important to always understand artist intent when you're trying to give criticism. Because if you don't understand the intent behind something, how are you possibly going to criticize it, right? If you don't understand the intent behind it. Well, I guess obviously nothing is immune. No one and nothing is immune from criticism. But yeah, it's just it's interesting. People tend to be more receptive if they feel like you understand them, right? And I feel like that's the crux of it. If somebody feels like you understand them, they're much more likely to take that criticism. It sets the precedent that the criticism is, by intent, if not by impact, meant to be constructive, like Harvey says. And I have to say, like, the people that I've been working with, they're always so clear in explaining their reasonings for their criticisms that by the time they're done explaining it, I literally can't do anything else but agree with them. And, like, that's always really, really funny when that happens. Because it's a it's not an infrequent occasion. It's not an infrequent occasion. The line I speak, this line needs work, but here it bangs again. I mean, like, that's the simplest. Like, that's the most basic kind of compliment sandwich. But it doesn't have to be literal, like, compliment, criticism, compliment. It can just be, like, approaching it with enough of a sense of, like, positivity that it doesn't even feel like a negative statement. It just feels like a potential improvement point, right? That's like the difference. And that's hard to learn. That is hard to learn. Like, dude, social interaction is so fucking hard, man. Like, I ain't saying this shit easy, because it ain't. It ain't easy. I still suck at it, but I'm getting better, okay? A lot of people call me choir mom now. They trust me. Also feel I'm not always qualified to give advice, the correct praise criticism when I'm not at some people's level yet. Yeah, that's the thing too, like, especially when you're working with very experienced creators, there are points where you need to know your place and where you need to shut up. Sometimes, first of all, feedback is something that's asked for, it's not something that's given. That's the first thing a lot of people have to realize. Feedback is not something that is given. It's something that is requested. Or at least it shouldn't just be given, it should be requested. Unsolicited feedback is one of the most annoying things that a creative can receive if they're not looking for it. Especially if they're at a point in their process where they are starting to be satisfied, which any creative person will know that being satisfied with your own work is one of the hardest things to do, right? Anybody who has ever tried to put something out there, being satisfied with the thing that you make is so fucking hard. So if you're getting to the point where you are basically satisfied with what you've made, and then somebody comes in and unsolicited tells you why a thing in there is bad, even if you disagree with that person, even if you're like, they're just speaking bullshit, right? Even if, you're still gonna start doubting yourself again, and you're still, like, you're gonna, that progress is going to regress. Having to ask for feedback feels like a high barrier. I tried it on Reddit before, but I experienced absolute silence, which I could experience as it was shit, so they kept silent. Well, you gotta know the places to ask for feedback. I don't think social media is a place to ask for feedback. I think feedback is done in a one-on-one scenario. Ultimately, like ideally. Ideally, feedback is like it's one person. I think if you ask a crowd of people for feedback at the same time, you run the risk of either getting nothing because the crowd isn't interested, or you run the risk of getting too much. Too much feedback is that, like, I know in game dev people will say like, oh, there's no such thing as like too much playtesting feedback, but there is. Like in the creative world, there is. Like every piece of feedback is valuable. Every piece of feedback is valuable, but I feel like I'm really lacking the community where I could get that. That's the difficult thing, isn't it? Right? I'm lucky enough that I have quite a few people that I trust to hear my unfinished work, and who I trust that their input will be valuable. I'm really lucky on that front. I'm thinking of starting to make some music just so I'll have people to get feedback from on that. Like, it's, I don't know. 1,000 opinions that aren't internally consistent and with varying levels of benign intent and effort is gonna get statistically average mud. Yeah. It's, I forgot what the, like, technical term for it is, but in order to improve something, you have to improve it one thing at a time. Like, you shouldn't go in with the intent of making multiple changes in multiple different places. You change one thing, and you listen, and you're like, okay, this is where it's at now. Okay, based on some other feedback I got, I should probably also change this other thing, because that still isn't sitting right. And then you change that thing, and then you listen to the full thing again. It's why my mastering process at the end of a track that I've worked on is so slow. Gonna dip out, chill on my own for a bit. Thanks for the stream, Rosa. Have a good night, Emma. Appreciate you being around. What was I saying? Right, the mastering process. Yes. Like, when I remember last year when I finished the mix for the 57-person cover of Odyssey. I was like, okay, I'm pretty happy with this, but I want to make sure it's as close to perfect as possible, and I had to hand it in within like a day or two, right? So I called up two of my buddies, Saber and Lightshard, my absolute goats, and we sat in a VC. And I wanna ask you guys, like, some people might know, because if you've heard me tell the story before, don't say, but to the people who don't know in chat, how long do you think, because it was like, I was already perfecting it. I had already been perfecting it for a couple of days. So, like, it was really just like a final review and then send it, was the intent. How long do you think that Saber, Lightshard, and I sat in a call for, making refinements to the final master of Odyssey? Like, what do you think a reasonable amount of time is for final bits and pieces? Right? Should be like 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours. 2 full days is excessive. It was one call. It was one voice call towards the end of the day. But that call lasted 6 hours. And that was 6 hours of constant lock-in. It was not like 6 hours of, oh, how was your day type shit. No. Like, we were listening to Odyssey for the entirety of those 6 hours. And then occasionally we would reset our ears and like play some white noise or brown noise to kind of reset the frequency spectrum that our ears were used to, and then we would go back and we would make small changes and we would make small changes, and it was so nitpicky, but it was needed, and it made the final product so much better. And it's not the first time that I've done that with the two of them, and it certainly will not be the last. I can guarantee you that when I am doing the final mixing for Odyssey, because I do want to be the person to do that. I do want to do the final mixing of Odyssey myself. At least I would like to. Like that we're gonna probably sit in a VC. Like Saber and I, we're probably gonna sit in a VC for 6 hours, 8 hours. Do that over maybe 2 or 3 days until we're happy with it. And that is a constant feedback back and forth. Constantly. But it's worth it. Like, it is truly worth it. Anyway, enough about that. Completely that will happen. It will. It totally will. We're gonna be, like, discussing that song and the master for that song for weeks, I think. Like, we're gonna be discussing that for like a week or two at a minimum. Especially with the amount of time that we have. God, I love this track so fucking much. Chat, I can sense that I am running out of talking energy. You know what that means? Fish! No, you know what that means? Probably means that I should call it for today, take a little break, and then get back to work. I love how that the fish alerted chat. You, me, gas station. What are we getting? Sushi, of course. Uh-oh, there was a roofie in our gas station sushi. And we black out. We wake up in the middle of a sewer. We're surrounded by fish. Horny fish. You know what that means? Fish! I know the full line is meant to be fish orgy, but I should really add that to my stream soundboard. You know what that means? Fish. Hold on. Hold on. Chat, we're doing this live. We're doing this live. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Fish. Oh, that's loud. Fish. Let me export that into my stream folder. VTuber. Soundboard. Fish. Export that. Beep boop. Hit it. Hit the beep boop. Elgato. Soundboard. There. Change. Here. Soundboard. Fish. Fish. And then... Have you guys not been able to hear the soundboard this entire time? Oh, wait, I need to set different audio device, don't I? Why is that one outputting, but but fish isn't. That's so weird. Why is fish not outputting, but all the other ones are? What? Can you guys hear the fish? Can you guys hear that? That's so weird. It's like the metal pipe is coming through. That's coming through. That one isn't. Oh, what the fuck? Fish. 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 Fixed it. Fish. 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 Cool. Okay. Anyway. God, I love getting distracted. Anyway, that'll be it for me, chat. I am gonna be live again on probably Friday. Cause Friday is when Genshin livestream. And I think the update is big enough that I want to watch it and give my live reactions to it. Because I do think it is a pretty significant update. And obviously we're also getting Snechnaya previews during that stream. Allegedly. Probably. Which I would love to see more of live. So I will be doing that this Friday if the stream is at a reasonable time. But it hasn't been announced yet, but it should be this Friday. And then yeah, I will see you all then, and then on Monday we'll see what we do. I'm not sure yet, but I do wanna stream again next Monday. Might be taking the Monday afterwards off because that's when I'll be on my return flight after going to a regional championships. So I might not be streaming that day, but maybe I will. I don't know. So yeah, chat. Hope you all take it easy. I hope that your week is bearable. You can get through it. I believe in you. And then I will chat to all of you again very, very soon. I'll be chatting around in the Discord. Join it if you haven't yet. And otherwise, I hope to see you again in the stream chat in the next couple of days. All right? Bye-bye!